Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have Mr. Kim Jong-un, Mr. Woodchuck in the news again, and it seems like they are legalizing, not that they have to, but legalizing a new protocol that would allow them to use nuclear weapons as a first strike if the leadership of North Korea is threatened. So whenever subjectively they determine that their leadership is threatened, they can use nuclear weapons. This is the same thing as the first time I heard in my little short life, obviously, the preemptive strike doctrine. And can you guess who came with that, or at least where I heard it first? Was the United States of America after the September 11 attacks. That was a preemptive strike, and I was like, what do you mean preemptive strikes? I mean, first, we do not know if indeed that was a preemptive strike or it was a retaliatory strike or simply we're gonna give you something right now. That's the first thing. We will never know because it's all classified. And that's dangerous to say that. And then preemptive strike to what level? First, I don't trust those guys to say, okay, yeah, we're very serious here, and only when it's almost there to attack us, we're gonna attack them. So preemptive strike again is a subjective thing. Imagine that you and I, we meet on the street and we walk towards another. Now you think that I'm gonna, assault you. At one point, you're gonna draw your gun when I come towards you. 50 feet, 25 feet, 10 feet. Just because I'm approaching you, and you think that I might do something because I look weird or something. You know what I mean? So when, without even saying, or you wait for me to call you names, or when do you think you feel threatened? Now that's all based on your interpretation of reality and when you feel threatened. So if you're, let's say, a very scaredy cat, then you feel threatened when you see me at 50 feet away and calling you, hey, what's going on, man? You can take that as a threat. Now, are you entitled to draw your gun and do a preemptive strike? According to the doctrine, yes, because you feel threatened. So that's why I disagree with these preemptive strikes, because it's based on safety, that you determine when that threshold is passed, and which is the same thing with I'm insulted. Should you be? I mean, I can be insulted by anything that is around me. I'm insulted by the sun. I'm insulted by the moon. I'm insulted by this shirt. I'm insulted by it. I can find things to be insulted every second if I'm like that. So what if I'm like that and I have nuclear weapons? I feel threatened all the time. So that's a kind of paranoid worldview, don't you think? So let's see what North Koreans are saying. This article comes to the Next Shark by Iris Jung, September 9th, 2022. North Korea passes irreversible law declaring itself a nuclear weapons state. It's like I declare myself a human being or something. Oh, well, if they feel it makes them feel better, why not? On Friday, North Korea state media reported that passing of new legislation permitting the preemptive launching of nuclear weapons when the leadership is threatened. The new law updated the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, previous stance of maintaining their nuclear weapons until other countries also denuclearized and not using them preemptively against non-nuclear powers. So they changed, okay. In the official report released by the state-run Korean Central News Agency, the nuclear forces were described as a quote-unquote powerful means of defending the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and fundamental interests of the state. Good so far. The mission of these forces are to deter a war by making hostile forces have a clear understanding the fact that the military confrontation with the DPRK brings about ruin and to carry out an operational mission for repulsing hostile forces, aggression, and attack, and achieving decisive victory of war in case its deterrence fails. I don't see anything really, we have them, don't bother us. But again, what is bother? That term is flimsy, is not determined. I feel threatened. Again, we get the same thing. The legislation further established that the Constitution conditioned execution and maintenance of the state's nuclear weapons, including statements of qualitative and quantitative nuclear improvement. Now it says that passed by the Supreme People's Assembly, this new legislature replaces the 2013 legislation, which consolidates the position of nuclear weapons state for self-defense. Well, if you want to be honest, is like this: who says and why? Who is the arbiter of having or not having nuclear weapons? And then why? Is the United States the arbiter? And then why? Because you can make pro and con, but in the end you get to one thing: you are just another country, unless you attribute yourself certain kind of qualities that makes you a special counsel or a special referee and in charge of everybody else without being voted, without being appointed. So you appoint yourself as that person, that entity, that country. And then you have, in this case, Russia from Soviet Union, again, all right, is the non-proliferation, right, treaty and so on. There are certain countries, like Israel, for instance, I don't think they signed that little paper. And they also don't say that they don't legally say, yeah, we have nuclear weapons, even though it's known, and sometimes they, allude to the fact that, yeah, we have them, and they have them. It's not, but then why do you prevent others? I understand why, but that makes you like the good guy, and the rest is the bad guy, and the good guy is gonna beat the bad guy all the time because they can have nuclear weapons and don't allow anybody else to have it. I mean, what if, let's say, a good country, let's say Zambia, is Zambia a good country? Let's say North Korea is a bad country, right? Iran is a bad country, Cuba is a bad country. Zambia is a good country. Why not? Why can't they have it? Or let's say Liberia. It's a good country. They should have it. So what is the magic line where they can or they can't? Less nuclear weapons on this planet obviously is better than more, correct? But then why do you have 11,000? Let's say, or 10,000. Russia has 11,000 nuclear warheads, and the other ones has about 10,900. So it's 11,000, both of them. Why do you need as many? Well, you say, well, I can have how many I want. That's true, but if you can have that, then Zambia and Liberia can have the same. If they have the financial means, and they can have it. Now, I'm talking about from a just way of seeing, fair way of seeing things. And then you say, in any way, however you turn it, the United States does not have any moral authority about this. Because if you say, well, the fact that the United States used two nuclear weapons, to bombs, to atomic bombs, right, in 1945, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, on civilians, then they know how it is, so they have the authority. And they already know it. Now, if you take it by that, then you take a criminal, a rapist, who, he should be the only authority who decides who rapes and who doesn't rape because he already did it. Or a criminal, a murderer. That means that only if you go through that crime, only then you know how it is, so you have more expertise or something, and you should be the referee of everybody else because you already committed the crime. I mean, however you want to turn that Nagasaki and Hiroshima, there were bombs over 2 cities inhabited by civilians, mind you. So however you want to turn it, you can call it however you want. We know how that is. So again, why, for instance, North Korea already has it. North Korea can say, no man, as long as you have it, I have the right to have it. But Obviously, it doesn't work like this. The world doesn't work like this. Again, the world is ruled by force, not by laws and all. The laws are for the little people, little countries, and then the rest, do whatever they want, whenever they want, bend the law left and right. History provides us with numerous examples. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.